Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a upcoming game by Game Labs, the developers of Ultimate General Civil War and Ultimate General Gettysburg. Today's return to Dreadnoughts is due to the fact that there is a new patch out, or a new update out. This game is currently in alpha status, but you can buy it directly from the developer through their website. It isn't available in Steam yet. And the most recent update adds a couple of new missions to the Naval Academy mode, as well as making some enhancements and balances to other elements of the game. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Semi-Dreadnought battle. So I think this is a new battle, or at the very least it's moved around. And there's a battle where basically you have to build either a battleship or a heavy cruiser, and you have to defeat an enemy battleship and 2 light cruisers. You are given 2 allied light cruisers in this battle, and then you have to kind of, outperform them. In this particular fight, I think we're probably going to build a battleship, but I'm not 100% sure. We have a couple of options for the bonuses that we actually get with this game. We either can get better guns, so better accuracy, less penalties, and better aiming speed and reload time. We can go for maneuverability, which I don't really care as much about, or we can go with more money. So I'm actually going to go with more money because I'd like to build as good a battleship as possible, but the restraint I feel like I generally have is the fact that I don't have enough money to build the battleship I want to build. So we're going to go with funds, and we'll see how that impacts our ability to design. This is the first time I've actually looked at a semi-dreadnought design. By the way, if I've got a little bit of a lisp, I'm sorry, guys. I've got a little bit of a swollen tongue, so that I feel like I'm lisping when I speak. I don't know if I actually am when I play. But in any event, we're going with the greater amount of funds for us. And we have a choice here between an armored cruiser hull number 4, or we have a choice between a battleship hull. Interestingly enough, the armored cruiser hull is basically the same displacement, which is pretty funny because that's actually accurate for battleships of this era. Often cruisers had a similar displacement to battleships. In any event, what we're going to do here is we're going to set bulkheads to many, probably not max, but many. We're going to set range to very short. There's no reason for a battleship to be 23 knots, so we'll set it to 20 knots. That'll save us a little bit of cost, a little bit of weight. Engine, I'd like triple expansion. Natural, we'll have forced boilers. Armor needs to be Krupp armor. That'll save us a large amount of weight. It is a little bit more expensive, but you can see here we have got cost to spare. Barbettes, level 2. Anti-torpedo, level 1. They've got light cruisers, so presumably they have torpedoes, which means I'm going to go with anti-torpedo. We're going to go with double bottom hull, again, to help against torpedoes. Reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood, level 2, and Citadel, level 2. And all of that's going to eat in a lot to our weight, but we can make the ship bigger if we need to. So that's all the basic stuff. We're also going to set hulls or shells to heavy shells, increased ammo allotment, reduced torpedo allotment, and we'll go with the balisite powder as the most advanced powder that we can go with, which is 5% gun range, 4.5 shell damage, 75% shell cost, 5% shell muzzle velocity, and negative 7.5% ammo detonation. It's a smokeless propellant made from 2 high explosives, nitrocellulose and nitroglycerin. Increases the range and muzzle velocity of shells. When used as an explosive charge, it is less powerful than gun cotton, but is much more stable, therefore less risky to store on a ship. Interesting. So actually gun cotton would give us a better fire rate. Maybe we should go with gun cotton. It's more stable. I'm kind of tempted to go with gun cotton. Balisite is just, it's better muzzle velocity, but I think I'm going to go with an HE route. I'm going to probably try and burn the guys out, so we'll go with that. We'll go with gun cotton. We'll go with electrical turrets. We'll go with enhanced reloading, standard torpedoes. Rangefinders will be level S1, and the armor we'll kind of leave as is for the moment. So the basics are all done there. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual design of the ship. Do I have any Pasha. Weird question. Do you have any big naval battles in your War in the Pacific multiplayer Let's Play, or even just a smaller engagement with big ships? I've been watching the Let's Play for some time now, but I couldn't watch every episode, and I missed naval battles. Have you seen the battles around Mersing? We had a couple of engagements where we had the battleships were knocked out of the fight early by torpedoes from enemy destroyers, which were in surface engagements, but then we did have some heavy cruisers going up against Japanese battleships that had already been crippled by air attacks. But we did have that, and then we also had an incident where we had some heavy cruisers attack Japanese battleships near Nomaya. So those are the two scenarios we've had. Hey, Violacious Tawn. How you doing? All right. So let's go ahead and set front tower. We'll set it back. I can't set that back. I guess. Let's see here. What's the difference between these two front towers? This one, better long range, better base accuracy, slightly faster aiming speed. Communication range doesn't matter as much. Damage control, no difference. Smoke interference, very marginal difference. Target signature, slightly different. Tower spotting. Torpedo spotting. I'm going to go with front tower number 2 because I can set that back a little bit further. And you can see here we now have this front tower on here. It's all the way back. It kind of meets with this upper superstructure, links up with it perfectly. It looks like front tower number 2 is designed for this whole form. Meanwhile, secondary tower, rear tower number 1, or do we want to go with rear tower number 2, which I don't know, like what would rear tower, it would give us better accuracy bonuses, I guess. We'll go with that, because I can fit that on there. So we'll go with the tower number 2 for the rear tower, and we'll go with the tower number 1 for the front tower. Or was that actually, they were both tower 2. Funnels, we'll go with a couple of big funnels. 2 big funnels. That should give us enough engine efficiency here. It does, for the moment anyway. Barbettes are not really a thing, because we're just in the pre-dreadnought era. The Big Muscle, thank you for following the channel. I appreciate it. Yes, Pasha, as a Rule the Waves player, I am also very interested in this game. This looks pretty awesome so far. All right, so this is a semi-dreadnought world that we're living in. So we could go with... Ooh, this is interesting. So this is our first attempt to build a semi-dreadnought. We've got these side turrets here that are available to us because of the hull. We can go with side guns, and we could go with 10-inch side guns and 10-inch turrets. Oh, no, we can't fit them. Can we fit 9-inch guns on the side? No! I want to fit 9-inch guns on here. If I go with center line, does it let me put them... I don't understand. What was I clicking on? Was it secondary guns that I was clicking on that it fit? How did I swear I literally just saw a side gun. Would 10-inch guns fit? Well, those are main. How do you fit? This is not a semi-dreadnought. If I can't put like 9 or 8-inch guns on the side of the ship, it is not a semi-dreadnought. I don't care what you say, but it's not. So that's great. We can put 6-inchers on her. What about 7-inchers? Nope. That doesn't make any sense. This is not a semi-dreadnought. We're fighting a semi-dreadnought, but this... Side guns. I swear I literally just had this. I selected it and it worked. And now it doesn't seem to work. So I must have been imagining it. Great. Just great. In any event, I guess we'll go with centerline turrets. Can we go 13-inch guns forward? Nope, doesn't fit. We can go with them in the rear. I don't understand this. Why the rear turret has so much more space. I would rather go with 13-inch guns, but if I can't, I guess I'll go with 12-inch guns in the front and rear. I don't want to have a mixed main battery. That would be weird. Side main guns. Again, I can't really do anything with this. And this is based on the hull design too. It's not like I can expand the weight to the max size, and I don't think it makes a difference for the side guns. Yeah, doesn't make a difference. They still don't fit. Secondary guns. We can fit 6-inch single turrets. I don't think we can fit doubles. Nope. What about 7-inch single turrets? Can't fit 7-inch. So it looks like this design, the max size turret you can have is a 6-inch gun on the side turret, which we can load up here. Then we can go with casemates. We are currently overweight, slightly. We can go with 6-inch casemates as well. Okay. And then I think we can go with secondary guns of like a, I don't know, 4-inch variety with a shield. Doesn't look like we can do that. What about the 3-inch gun with a shield? That'll fit up here on the top of the ship. Okay. So right now we've got a design which has 20 knots of speed, which is probably all we need. It has 4 12-inch guns and 2 turrets, 1 fore, 1 aft, so the traditional semi-dreadnought. It has 12 6-inch guns mixed between 8 in single turrets on each side, and then we also have some in casemates. We have 8 6-inch guns in casemates. How do we have... Wait, 12 times 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 8. Oh, so this is the 8. We have 12 in casemates, 8 in turrets, 10 3-inchers as well in secondaries. Okay. That's fine. Aft weight is slightly higher, so I don't need another turret there. Wait, do I not have a rear tower? Did I get rid of that rear tower? Apparently I did. All right, so cost is manageable. The issue here is weight. So the ship weighs too much. I don't want to make the ship too lightly armored because the less well-armored it is, the more easy it is to take too much damage. But I don't think deck armor is going to be terribly important. The ship is not going to be engaging at super long ranges where plunging fire is too much of a thing. 12-inch guns penetrate up to 20 inches of armor at 1,000 meters. 10,000 meters is where they penetrate 10 inches of armor. So I guess 10 inches of armor for a turret is a little bit low. Secondaries could probably drop a little bit. You probably want more armor than that. I guess the question becomes speed or armor because weight is the issue here. Or do you want to drop down on the bulkheads a little bit to save a little bit of weight? Or I guess we could go with natural boilers. Or I guess that doesn't make a difference. A little bit, not much. Maybe we go with standard allotment of shells. We go with standard weight of shells. Well, I want the heavy HE, I guess. Maybe standard reloading. That gets our weight back in line. Also, we could go with advanced hydraulic turrets, which gets our weight back in line as well. Is Battlesite any lighter? No. It's more expensive, but it's not lighter. J Street, thank you very much for the go with the glass cannon design. I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah. It feels like we need 11 inches of belt, 11 inches of turret, based on what we're seeing here. Now, I don't know what the enemy is going to have in terms of his own weapons. Let's see. This puts us a little bit overweight. Would we be better off with heavy shells but reduced ammo? I don't know. We're going to be against 3 enemy ships, so I'm hoping reduced ammo's enough. I guess we could go with the Barbette 1. That will save us some weight as well. 12-inch belt extended. 12-inch belt extended. No, we're not going to do that. Go with 1.5 belt. That'll save us a little bit of weight. I'd like to at least get standard ammo. Because I just don't think there's going to be any plunging fire here. So we'll go with a half an inch of deck extended and an inch of deck. That gives us a little bit of weight. I wish we could make a bigger than 17,000 ton ship, but it is what it is. All right, so anti-torpedo, double bottom, reinforced, anti-flood, Citadel 2, increased. Are there's still standard? Or no? Yeah. We don't need increased. Standard's fine. Heavy shells. Standard reloading. We'll go with electrical turrets. And yeah, I think that's going to be our design here. So it's a 17,000 ton it's calling it a semi-dreadnought, but it has 6-inch guns. That's not really a semi-dreadnought is like 8 or 9 or 10-inch guns. We could go with more armor and a slower speed, I guess. I don't know how much more armor we could go with. Honestly, we're going to go with 20 knots. We'll see how it works. I think we're fighting 2 enemy cruisers, so a little bit more speed is probably a good thing. I don't know what the enemy semi-dreadnought will have. I'm hoping our main guns outgun them, but we'll see. And let's just jump in here and fight. I'm probably going to go with the HE route. I'm going to try and burn the enemy ship out. I think that's going to be my strategy. So you can see our 2 light cruisers on our side. You can see we're already engaged with the enemy. We're going to switch to aggressive fire, and we're going to switch to HE rounds. We're going to turn into them, and we're going to slow down to the full speed because you get an aiming bonus there. For the light cruisers also, which are back here, we're going to go with the aggressive shell fire. We're going to go with HE shells. We're going to go with the normal torpedo usage, and we're going to slow them down to full speed as well. Looks like they can make up to 10 knots, or 20 knots. You can see here the light cruiser Chester back here. She appears to have 6-inch guns, 5-inch guns, 4-inch guns, 2-inch guns, and torpedoes. We've got the, I'm assuming they're both of the same class. They look like it. Why are they... No, I don't want you to reverse your turn. I'm going to have you turn into the enemy battleships, because we know there's cruisers back here somewhere that we're engaging. Meanwhile, the one weird thing about this game is how you always start in, like, already engaged with the enemy, which kind of takes away from some of the maneuvering elements. I think they did increase the average engagement start range in the most recent patch, but that feels a little bit odd. Like, I understand you probably don't want a ton of downtime, but, oh, those are right on line. We're on fire! They started a fire on a secondary gun turret there. Alright. Alright, he's turning in, so a lot of the fire is going behind him. As long as this ship is on fire, though, it is going to get a serious penalty to... The fire's below decks? Really? To accuracy, which is unfortunate. I don't want to close too close a range, though. Enemy light cruisers probably have torpedoes, so we need to be mindful of that. I'm happy with charging my own light cruisers in, though. 6-inch guns on those light cruisers, though. That's pretty solid. Be my luck that... You know, I don't feel particularly unlucky, J Street. It'd be your luck that the AI would cheat and build an 18-inch main gun dreadnought. Well, I think if that happened, that would just be dumb. All right, those shots long and ahead of us. A heavy cruiser? I don't think that's right. All right, we'll turn back a little bit. Looks like our range is currently 4.5 kilometers. I don't know what his main guns are. You can see here, if we actually go forward to the enemy ship here, it is a semi-dreadnought. You can see they've got... Whoa, this is a weird... First off, let's hope none of those shells hit us. Main tower damage, and we're on fire. Great, so they seem to be firing HE. This is a really weird AI design. I just want to call this out. There are 3 guns here that all appear to be main caliber guns, as if it's a semi-dreadnought, or almost like a Brandenburg class German pre-dreadnought, where it had the 6 main guns. But then it has a single, like, heavy turreted secondary gun here. That's a weird design. Let's just call it what it is. All right, so are we still on fire, or did we put that out yet? Looks like we put the fire out. All right, let's peel back a little bit so we can get some of our other secondaries engaged. We're at 3.9 kilometers. That should be close enough to start scoring some hits. We've got a 10% hit chance with a 33% hit percentage. These other cruisers here at 3.5 kilometers. Again, that's a little bit close from like a comfort perspective from torpedoes. I'm trying to get my light cruisers out ahead of my battleship here so they can kind of screen him from any torpedoes. Oh, those shell hits. Oh, woo! Those looked right on line, but they ended up landing a little bit short. Rate of fire seems a little bit slow, but I guess they are 6-inchers, so they're kind of bigger guns. How can these can these penetrate? They can penetrate 6 inches of armor inside 1,000. Other than that, they're probably best used for HE. Alright. Those shells look like they landed short. Just see if we can speed this up a little bit. Looks like we've got a little bit of damage to our rear tower. It's a little bit yellow. Structure's 99. Looks like the enemy, it's a Brandenburg. Oh. Holy shit, they're 13 inches. That is no semi-dreadnought. 6 13 inches? Give me a break. Oh, man, we are so outclassed right now. Unless they've got, like, the penalty for, like, multiple caliber, like, secondaries. Oh, 309. Oh, God, this is not going to be pretty. 307 flooding. Good God, please light this bastard on fire. Those shots went long. 13 inches, really? Alright. Why don't you peel back a little bit? You're getting a little bit too close for comfort. He's got 6-inch secondaries as well. This is just a vastly better ship than us. Ooh. None of my secondary guns are all firing wild. What about my light cruisers? What are those up to? Maybe I could, like... We're gonna break the line, gentlemen. Break the line. Flank speed. All ahead. Alright, our forward compartment there in the stern is flooded. Getting a couple of bounce shells. Again, I'm going with HE. My goal is to burn this guy out. Alright. Oh, main tower destroyed. Well, that's gonna hurt us from an accuracy perspective, right? Like the whole main tower, the ship is destroyed? Ooh, rough. I could use some torpedoes. I didn't put any of them on my ship. Yeah, 13 inches. Did the real Brandenburg? The real Brandenburg did have 13 inches, didn't it? Alright, we're at 77, 78. He is at 94 and 100. I picked the gunpowder type that causes more fires, by the way. Doesn't feel like it. Alright, we're actually going to split the line by the looks of it, or very nearly, for the enemy light cruisers. Maybe we can, like, even the odds. Holy shit, we are goners. 1,000 hit there. Structures below 50. We're on fire. So this whole use HE strategy apparently didn't work very well. Why are you shooting at the other ship? Like, not the ship we're shooting at. $94, 100. 437 penetration, 13 inches. You know, I dinked around with this scenario literally like 45 minutes ago, and the AI generated battleship that we were up against in that one had 10-inch main guns. So the difficulty of this scenario seems to be vastly dependent on... Oh no, our light cruiser in the lead is sinking from flooding. It must have been hit by torpedoes. I wasn't paying super close attention to that. Yeah, this is going to be a failure. The historical gamer fails epically. But yeah, in the one where I played this just to kind of see what might work and what might not, the enemy battleship had 6 10-inch guns. So that was nice. Hey, 700, and we started a fire. 3 fires all across this front. Oh, we just took 821 more damage. I thought they get accuracy penalties when they're on fire, huh? So much for that. I'm not using World of Warship tactics? What? I don't know what you mean by that, Tortuga. All I know is I'm failing miserably. My ship's gonna sink. She's on fire, burning from stem to stern. The fire spreads. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, torpedoes. Turn! Turn into the torpedo. 800, 800. Oh, boy. Cut speed. All stop. Let the Oh, there's another torpedo coming. All right, all ahead full. Now you're gonna have to try and turn a different direction or something. Actually, no, maybe the turning into it will work. Maybe it'll sail behind us. Ugh. Target the light cruiser over here. You could probably obliterate it. Oh no, that torpedo's so gonna hit us. Not like it's gonna matter. Our structure's at 13 per. Maybe the back of our ship will be below water, and it won't hit us. Oh, it's gonna miss. Woohoo! Not that it matters. You take your small victories where you can get them, right? Brandenburg is burning like crazy. 64% structural damage. Whoa! 1,300. That light cruiser just blew up its stern. Woo! Don't mess with vengeance. The whole back of that ship just blew up. Structure's below 40. She might actually sink from that. Of course, the Brandenburg is at 61. Yeah, I think we just killed that light cruiser. So hey, at least we got a kill. Where's my light cruiser? Over here? She's just like herring at the heels. Alright, Vengeance is at 13% structural. Oh no, there's a torpedo! Yeah, turning into that one's not going to do much. Everyone's always like, you got to turn into it, man. That's the strategy. Well, when it's going to hit you amidships and you got no speed, I don't think we're going to live long enough to see the enemy sink. Unless we get a lucky hit here. Nope. Structure 5. Maybe we'll get a hit on this main battery. No, main battery's worthless. Good job, sir. How's the Brandenburg doing over here? She's still burning. She's down to 57 structure. Now they're ducking behind a smoke screen here. Looks like the damage control maybe is leveling out. She's at 37.15. I feel confident at the very least in saying that she would never be used again in another conflict. She's just too badly battered. Alright, you're going to turn in this way. Yeah, they evened out the damage, so basically we need to hope to get a hit against her now. We have no front tower. We do have a rear tower, still alive and kicking, but our accuracy is shit, and the enemy's behind a smoke screen. So I just want to hit. Just sink her. Ooh, that enemy shell bounced. Something just floated off. What the hell is that? I just saw a piece of my ship like fly ways away and like land in the middle of the... Is this your Richmond of the Seas? I don't know what that means, J Street. Brandenburg's down to 54, although I think they put the fire... No, they still have some fires on. Meanwhile, we've got one enemy light cruiser over here, the Erz to Emden, which is basically still perfectly fine. Hey, we just started a fire on Wiesbaden. I can't accelerate time anymore, apparently, because I'm so badly damaged I might sink at any moment, or something to that effect. Oh, hit her! Come on! She's like... Literally, if you had like someone just visually looking at the guns... No, Vengeance goes down. Oh, really? We still have the light cruiser. We can't play the remainder of the scenario. Well, that didn't work. So, you got to keep alive 100% of your heavy ships. Well, so, oops. I don't know, maybe you go with... Do you go with guns? Maybe that's a better strategy? Max displacement. You really don't need that kind of speed. Maybe the bulkheads are less important, too. I don't know. Like, what's the best strategy here? Let's see if we can just quick design a ship and see how it fares if we fight it again. We're going to speed through this. I'll go with Battleship. All right. Main tower. Can we do side guns of 10? Is there any way we can do this? I want side 10-inch guns. Give them to me. God damn it. What is the point of this? It's not a semi-dreadnought. Ooh. Just do 13-inch guns on the back of the ship. Can we do it without a front tower? Can we? All right. I don't even see the point of these secondaries. Like, they don't... Do we want to do 5-inchers instead? Better rate of fire? Maybe, I mean, like, the 6-inchers didn't hit, like, at all. Wait, she's way over cost already. I mean, maybe it was just not enough armor, right? Like, I guess the armor was the issue. Or could have been an issue. No, not 5 inches of extended. You can't do that. You're nuts. You're cray-cray. All right. Deck armor really wasn't a problem, I don't think. What if we go with 0 deck armor? I'm just kind of curious. Let's try this. Let's try 0 deck armor, but more belt armor, because everything's going to be close in anyway. Turret top, go with 1. Secondaries, go with 5. .5. All right. We're going to try that. We're going to go with... So here's the design that I very quickly threw around. So it's standard bulkheads, max speed of 20 knots, 17,000 tons. We've got 25-inch guns. We've got 2 torpedo tubes, 4 12-inch guns, 20-knot speed, standard bulkheads, lots of anti-torpedo technology, and heavy shells. Let's go. Pasha, you can't remove me. You don't have the authority to remove me. Whoa, our light cruisers start off in front. So we are now the San Pedro Alcanar. Light cruiser speeding ahead. Go with aggressive firepower. Go with HE shells. Let's see what happens, folks. I can't do wing main guns. It doesn't let me. That's my frustration. I can't do wing main guns. They're too big for the whole form that we have. Maybe we go with auto. I'll go with aggressive fire, but maybe we go with the auto targeting. Or the auto, like maybe armor piercing would be better. We still don't know what this enemy ship is. I'll slow down to get better accuracy when we get a little bit closer in. I'm trying to close the distance right now with all my ships. Looks like my light cruiser's speed is the same. Oh my god, we're already on fire. Put the damn fire out. We're charging into the enemy. We're closing the range with them and me. Another fire! What are they shooting? Liquid frickin' napalm? Hey, we hit the main gun. Alright, let's try to have the light cruisers cross ahead of our battleship. We're going to have our battleship swing back around this way. Maybe we'll get a little... It's not a battle cruiser. If it's a battle cruiser, I quit. Whoa! Those shells sailed a little bit long. Enemy battleship. Looks like they've got 3 main guns. I'm guessing it's another Brandenburg class by that. Well, it's a Migschen. 13 inchers again in this scenario. That's just lovely. Alright, let's get a little bit of an accuracy bonus. Slow down to full speed. Alright, those shells missed. We actually have a better likelihood of hitting the battleship than the light cruisers. Whoa! 379! Main funnel damaged. Huzzah! Alright, come on. No, I'm trying to have you cut behind him. If you're going to take stupid evasive action to avoid a collision, be smart about it. God damn it, AI. It just... You should have cut to the fucking right! Well, this fucked up our whole goddamn battle now. I should swing around this way. We'll do a double take here for these guys. Alright, that light cruiser's got to be almost gone. You can see we've hit it pretty hard with HE shells, 12-inch shells. Floats down below 30%. The whole top of the ship is ablaze. She's very low in the water. Structure's below 60. Again, this is like that's the scenario, in my opinion, where this game should just say it's mission killed, and it should stop returning fire until it either gets the fires under control, the flooding under control, or something. Why is the Why are you turning this way? You're not avoiding the collision. You're making things worse. Ugh. That was a ricochet from the enemy. From its main gun. You saw a nice little ricochet there. Just finish off this enemy light cruisers. Finishing off enemy ships is so freaking frustrating. Turn! Why are we on fire? I don't even think we took a hit. I literally probably just need one more hit on this light cruiser. It, move north. At the very least, the enemy battleship is not super accurate at this range. Granted, neither are we, but there's that. That's like our one saving grace. All right, light cruisers, turn north. Just give me a damn hit. Yes, she's a goner for sure. All right, switch your fire. So I'm trying, this is a different strategy. I think these are Chinese battleships based on the name. Ammo, detonation, fire, and flooding. Hell yeah. This was just a 5-inch battleship secondary turret hit it. It was a 5-inch shell. So one of the enemy light cruisers now sinking. This other light cruiser, another ammo, detonation, fire, and flooding. That was a 900. I didn't even see, like... That's awesome. What's this? Conning towers damage? Shit. What does that do for us? I'm assuming that means, like, way less accuracy. In any event, this other enemy ship is sinking. This one back here is not sinking yet, surprisingly. Alright, our light cruisers are going to go ahead and charge in here on the enemy battleship, I think. Alright, this one should be a goner too. So the strategy that I've employed in this fight is that we're focusing on eliminating the enemy light cruisers. When those light cruisers are gone, the shielding elements for the battleship is gone, and then our light cruisers can charge in and potentially torpedo the enemy battleship, even though the enemy battleship has superior firepower to our own. it does have the challenge of trying to target 3 ships instead of 1. So, and hopefully maybe the light cruisers take a little bit of pressure off our battleship and give us a little bit of free, you know, either he has to target the battleship, in which case he can't target the light cruisers, which can come and torpedo him, or he can target the light cruisers and prevent them from torpedoing him, but then our battleship gets some free hits in on him. That's kind of the hope here. Come on, sink already. Ooh. We're taking some damage from the enemy battleship while I'm trying to finish off this enemy light cruiser, which is damage control is getting the flooding a little bit under control. So we've got all of our ships kind of focusing their fire on it. They're doing a little bit... Oh, it's done. Ammo detonation there. All right. So we're going to turn back here. We're going to have the light cruisers charge in on this guy, see if they can cut out and ahead of him. And we'll see how this works out. Our structural damage is pretty heavy. We're below 70%. But again, if I can get these if I can get the battleship to survive, 212 funnel damaged. We're on fire! Stop hitting me. Be less accurate. I need more time for the light cruisers to get in there. They're not that fast. Unable to reach this speed. I can't even get to flank speed anyway. Alright, those are behind. Alright. Getting a few secondary hits. So now we're just going to try and overwhelm them. Ooh, a nice little hit there on the funnel. 150 damage or so. I have the... shell type is set to auto, so basically I'm letting the AI choose whether HE or artillery or AP is the best shell to use at the moment. They're about 2.5 kilometers away from the enemy battleship. I'd like to have them double back. Ooh. Do we have a torpedo? I didn't think we had torpedoes on this battleship. But I'd like to have these light cruisers go broadside to broadside with the enemy battleship and then drop their torpedoes into it. That'd be a better angle. Right. These guys should... Oh, they're already firing HE. I was going to say they should probably fire HE. Well, good news. They are. What's the range of their torpedoes anyway? 3 kilometers. Alright, we started a fire there. Alright, so we've got the battleship. Our battleship, the San Pedro Alcantar, is back here. 62 structural damage. The float is okay, but the structure's not great. Engines are damaged. It can't make very good speed. The light cruisers, meanwhile, are slowly overtaking the battleship here. The enemy is on fire, so hopefully that reduces its accuracy. It's got a blaze all across the center of the ship. Its structure's at 86, although they're stopping some of that fire. It looks like our battleship's taking a little bit more damage. No active fires at the moment. The goal of the light cruisers here... Alright, we're going to have them switch to aggressive torpedo actions here. The enemy is veering back. He's trying to increase the range by the looks of it. So he is turning away. So I'm going to try and charge these light cruisers in. I'm interested in the fact that he doesn't seem to be shooting at the light cruisers at all. His main fire all seems to be directed against our battleship. He's trying to lengthen the range there. Nice hit there with the funnel. Another fire started here. He's at 84 structural, so it's pretty strong. But again, if our light cruisers can close the distance, that might make things okay. Especially if the AI is not going to transfer fire to a local target. Quite a lot of fires all raging all across the enemy ship here now. Let's see, raging all across that. That's supposed to give pretty big accuracy penalties. The enemy's fires are spreading. 400 damage to us? Damn it. You should be in range of your torpedoes by now. You're inside a kilometer. Fire your damn torpedoes! San Pedro is taking some damage here. So he's at below 80. We're below 50. Looks like our light cruiser might have taken some damage from like a secondary by the looks of it. They had to reload what? I don't see. The torpedoes are fully reloaded. All right. Like, this is getting a little bit frustrating. You should be able to lead the damn thing. You're inside a kilometer. Fire your damn torpedoes. Well, no, actually, they just fired something. There we go. Here's a torpedo away. I don't know if the enemy... I don't... Maybe we only have one torpedo tube by the looks of it. Ammo, 3 launcher. 3 per launcher. So we've got 1 in the water here, very clearly, but firing at the enemy's stern. Our own ship's at 51% damage. There's no way that torpedo's going to hit. I wish I could bring my other light cruiser up. I probably could. Let's see here. We can probably detach it from that task force. Bring it up here as well, although it's a little bit in the rear. Maybe we can try and, like, attack from both sides. How fast is this enemy battleship going? It can go up to 18 knots. That torpedo's probably going to... Well, actually, he's turning kind of into it, isn't he? Might get a nice little torpedo hit here. Although it's probably going to miss. Watching the torpedo move slowly into the wake of the bat... Oh, we got it! Boom! Right on the stern. That probably impacts its rudder control, too. Looks like rudder is damaged. Our own battleship here, meanwhile. We're going to turn away a little bit. Keep the range out there. We've got another fish in the water here. Can see another torpedo headed this way. A little bit of flooding in the rear of the ship where the torpedo hit. This one's going to miss. It's going to sail wide left. But we really just have to kind of focus on harassing the enemy. The Venezia is on fire. She's flooding. She took some hits from the enemy battleship here. So we may lose that light cruiser. But the goal obviously has to be for the other light cruiser to kind of... All right, so your companion here did the heavy lifting, got in close for a torpedo strike. No! 503! Fire! Flooding! Ah! I wish torpedoes were a little bit more devastating. Pre-dreadnought battleships could not take more than 1 or 2 torpedoes. The things were freaking vulnerable. Even the semi-dreadnoughts. Look at the Russo-Japanese War. Those things were not good against torpedoes. And I'm annoyed that we waited till we were stern on to frickin' fire our torpedoes. We had a near broadside look and we didn't shoot. This one won't hit, that's for sure. This one, I don't know. Probably not. Looks like it was poorly aimed. Let's get back up to ×2. Alright, there goes one of our light cruisers. How's the battleship doing? 45 structure. Going broadside to broadside when you're heavily outgunned. Smart strategy. Stop firing off all your torpedoes, too. Just give me... I guess you've only got 1 torpedo tube, though, so that makes like a broadside-on torpedo attack a little bit difficult. Structure 63. Float is 74. If we can get a good look... So are torpedo tubes in the front of the ship? If I hover over this, it shows me I've got 1 in the rear, actually, 1 in the front, and 1 amidship. So we should be able to do a 3 torpedo spread if we have a broadside. So let's turn this away a little bit. Nice. Good little fire there. So you should be able to fire, if you're set to aggressive use of your torpedoes, you should be able to get a nice spread right here. You've got a little bit of an angle. So fire your damn torpedoes. You're at 1 kilometer away, AI. Do it. 2 of your torpedo tubes can definitely bear here. I guess you're reloading, technically. Well, that's the other thing is I don't understand, because you clearly only fired your forward torpedo tube. Like, it shouldn't be reloading the other 2. There needs to be a little bit more granularity on, like, reloading of torpedoes. In any event, the torpedo tubes are almost reloaded. They're now reloaded, and they've fired. Can they only fire 1 torpedo tube at a time? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Because that was definitely the amidships. I don't quite understand some elements of this game yet. I get the front only fires straight. Well, that one looks like it's going to miss again. Maybe not. I mean, it could hit. Why are you not firing at them? Well, I guess you are. What's the structure at 60? All right, your forward torpedo tube should at least be able to bear now. Ha! He fired his main guns at you. Missed horribly. Main guns on fire. The front of the ship here, the rear is all pretty heavily damaged, but the front of the ship looks undamaged. So if you can only fire straight, that looks like a pretty good torpedo shot right there. You just let it go. But again, it never fired that forward torpedo, so I don't know why it wouldn't be able to, except that it's saying it's reloading, which again doesn't make a ton of sense. Sorry, I know the game's still in early access. Probably should be a little bit more forgiving of that. Let's see. 59 structure. Uh-oh. 58 flood. Oh, we got another torpedo in the water. This one might hit. Then it's going to have to reverse its turn. It's moving on this way. I think this might be a good hit. Close to amidships. Oh no, there goes the light cruiser. Almost for sure. 700 damage. On fire. The whole front of the ship was just blown apart. Torpedo's going to hit the rear of the ship again. Damn it. 200 more damage. More flotation. Well, in a battle between 2 punch-drunk soldiers, who can survive? All right, maybe we can get one more torpedo off before our cruiser sinks. It's at 50 float. The enemies... You'd think torpedoes would do some structure damage, too. Anyway. Yep. She's sinking, sir. What should we do? Well, she should at least not have much rudder control. What about our battleship here? Yeah. I don't think you're going to survive long enough to reload your torpedo tubes here. 27 float. That float, well, there's a little bit of damage control. Went up to 30. The whole ship's afire. And there she goes. Boom! The floating coffin. The light cruiser Coete. Down she goes. Alright guys, and that's going to do it for this video looking at Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts by Game Labs. We still had a battleship left at this point in the battle, but the battleship had one of its 2 turrets left. The enemy basically just ran away from this point, and we had no ability to hit. We didn't actually get sunk, but it was kind of running the clock out, so I just decided to go ahead and wrap this video up because there's nothing redeeming worth watching the rest of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, and until next time, this was our first look at semi-dreadnoughts, although in this second battle it was very clearly we were fighting an enemy dreadnought and a semi-dreadnought, so that was frustrating. Anyway guys, till next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.